At first, every encounter seemed ordinary. But within moments, what began as an ordinary moment turned into an encounter no one could have imagined.
How did they find us?
Look.
He has a gun out on me, yo.
But before we get to that, let's begin with the first disturbing encounter. This one comes from a channel once called It Spates, where two friends spend their nights exploring abandoned places. One trip led them deep into a remote forest with a forgotten tunnel. They expected silence. Instead, something found them first. By the time they realized what was happening, they were convinced more than 20 people were following them through the darkness.
They're back, bro.
How did they find us?
I got clear footage of them.
Guys, wait.
You can see them clearly, bro. Let's go.
From the tunnel, wait, bro. From the tunnel. We walked straight left and they ran and we stood left again. How did they find us? You see him?
Yeah, I got them like clear. Dude, they're screaming like... Dude, let's go. Freak, I don't like this. Oh, dude, there's so many of them. I can't count them, bro, I swear.
Bro, wait.
That's like actually counting the footmoves, bro.
We have a long way out, bro.
Let's get the hell out of here. Or should we go like up there? Let's go. Fast. Oh no. Let's hide behind like trees.
It was nearly 2 a.m. Finding campers out here wouldn't have been strange. Yet these people weren't camping. They were screaming, each clutching burning candles. Fear hit instantly. If those lights had given away their position, the crowd could already be coming. Without waiting another second, the explorers turned, ran, and disappeared into the darkness to hide.
Do not film me. Don't look.
How did they find us?
Be quiet, don't say nothing. There are like 20 people, bro. Look. That's the last one. Let's go down now. Wait. I can't see nothing. Okay, dude. Let's go home. I've got them on camera, so that's all that matters. Where are you? Okay. Let's go. I swear there were like 20 people, bro. Most of them didn't have candles, but like... Oh no, I have no idea what it is.
As the figures drew closer, one thing became impossible to ignore. They were moving straight toward the spot where the explorers had disappeared. Suddenly, something truly unsettling happened. They weren't just walking. They chanted, screamed, and muttered while weaving through the dark forest with candles in hand. Somehow, the explorers slipped away. That escape is why many believed the group belonged to some kind of cult. Because what else explains more than 20 people wandering deep in the woods at 2 a.m., each carrying a burning candle? Luckily, the explorers left the place unharmed. Otherwise, it could have turned into something sinister. They escaped whatever was following them through the woods, but the next driver found someone waiting in the middle of the road. On May 25th, 2026, Reddit user SadShock6569 shared a post with a title, "Dude with a construction vest and Halloween mask walked in front of a car in Hopkinton last night." According to the poster, they were driving home on a quiet road near Interstate 85 around 11:30 p.m. when someone suddenly appeared in the headlights. At first, the person looked like an ordinary construction worker. He wore a reflective safety vest and a hard hat, the kind of outfit that makes any driver instinctively slow down. But something wasn't right. There were no work trucks, no flashing lights, or cones. Most importantly, it was not normal that just one worker came out on the road at that hour. Take a look. As the car approached, the man calmly stepped into the road. He wasn't trying to cross or get out of the way. He simply walked towards the oncoming car to stop it. He wasn't wearing a normal face. He was wearing what looked like a Halloween mask. The original poster believed the man had waited until he saw the car before stepping into its path. It felt less like a random pedestrian and more like a clown with evil intentions, or someone deliberately trying to stop a vehicle as a prank. But the moment the video went online, viewers noticed something else. The man appeared to be holding a shovel too. Some even thought he was keeping it hidden behind his body until the last moment. Suddenly, what looked like a creepy prank began to feel like something far more dangerous. The man never flinched. On a dark road, with a car approaching at roughly 40 miles per hour, he calmly raised one hand as if expecting the driver to stop and kept walking forward. The reflective vest itself was part of the trap. The original poster admitted the encounter had scared the shit out of them and said they would contact police. But so far, there is no clear answer as to what the masked stranger was waiting for beside a dark road. A masked stranger blocking the road is terrifying, but the next man found himself staring down the barrel of a gun. Living Testimony. Pet Services is a page run by a man who offers pet-related services. He takes his clients' dogs on walks, hikes, and other outdoor adventures. He usually records these outings to promote his business and posts them on his page. But this particular time, he was live streaming on TikTok while walking one of his clients' dogs, when, all of a sudden, he found himself staring down the barrel of a gun, fearing for his life.
We can set something up where I can accommodate your dog, become his companion, and, you know, show the dog the love it needs. Because I know it's a lot of people out here abandoning dogs, you know, got them in crates all day, or either chained up in the backyard. That's not the way for them to live, man. They meant to be free just like us, man. I'm just out here trying to unleash joy one wag at a time, baby, one wag at a time. We just out here unleashing joy, you know. You know, you can have your dog as happy as Mr. Brody right here, man. Mr. Brody's a happy dog. What's up now? Huh? Yeah, I'm a dog walker. Yeah, I'm the dog walker. Oh, okay. What's going on, sir? He has a gun out on me, y'all. Yes, sir.
Cops?
I'm your dog walker, sir. Nothing's wrong. I want to talk to you. Okay. All right, I don't know you. You don't know me. That's the reason for the distance, okay? Yes, sir. My house, my dog, that's all. I didn't expect you to come over until 4. Yeah, I came a little early today. Hey, I get it. Hey, come here. I understand. Go, Brody. Yes, sir. I did. The cat was inside, yeah. Yeah, it was inside. It was upstairs this time. Nah, it was running around. It followed me around. Back downstairs. Yeah. All right. You got any pictures of the cat I need to be aware of? No, I do not. What's going on, sir? Somebody went inside messing with the cat the other day. It was one of these women. I don't think it was you because I was watching you through the camera. Yeah, I mean, I've been providing service for you every day now. Huh?
The whole encounter felt unreal. Nothing about it fits together, and that only makes it more disturbing. The man insisted, "I don't know you. You don't know me." Yet moments later, he mentioned the uploader was meant to arrive later, proving he had been expecting him all along. The contradictions do not stop there. The uploader had already walked his dog multiple times before, so the owner clearly recognized him. That only leaves one question. Why point a gun at someone you already knew? Thankfully, the dog walker backed away before the situation turned deadly. This is the kind of person who should never be allowed anywhere near a firearm, because he seemed ready to point one over almost nothing, even though it should only ever come out in danger. He managed to back away from the gun, but the next threat had already crossed onto someone's private land. Capper Outdoors regularly films life on his remote homestead, tucked deep inside the woods. Most videos are about tractors, tools, animals, repairs, or whatever the property throws at him next. Life out there is never quiet. But one video broke that pattern. This time, the farm wasn't the story. Something else had wandered onto the property. One winter morning, his wife was driving to work when something caught her eye. Fresh snow covered the entire property, yet a trail of footprints cut across it where nobody should have been walking. That's when something felt seriously wrong. They insist they always know who or what comes onto their land. This time, they had no explanation. The photos she sent were enough for Capper to head outside himself. What he found only made the mystery worse.
I started tracking them. They came all the way from the pole barn, and they were headed out towards the road. So let me show you a clip of that. All right, here's these tracks fresh on the 22nd of January. Looks like they were dragging something. Here's the pond. In the middle there you can see drag marks. And the origination is by the pole barn. There's no other tracks. That's where they start, almost like somebody was dropped off.
As the trail of footprints pulled him deeper into the forest, a shape suddenly slipped into the corner of his vision. Someone was lying motionless beneath a tree, caked in dirt, with something strange covering his head. Capper slowed to a cautious stop and kept his distance. Every careful step only made the mystery feel darker.
What do you mean going for a walk?
Start out and go for a walk.
Where do you live?
Downtown.
Downtown where? What's your name? Are you okay, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to get away from my wife for a while.
Okay. Are you cold, man?
Yeah, I am.
You're not in any trouble, are you?
No.
You're not running from the cops or anything like that?
Oh, no.
No? All right.
Capper's suspicion kept growing. Strange drag marks followed the man's footprints, even though his hands were empty. His clothes were stained with what looked like dirt. Then came the excuse. He said he was trying to get away from his wife. So one question became impossible to ignore. Where was she?
And you walked all the way out here from...
I had a friend drop me off.
Okay, that's what it looked like by the tracks. They drop you off up here by the barn?
Not down this way.
Did you walk in my driveway or come in another way?
I'm not sure, sir. I've had a rough night.
Okay. Let me give you my jacket. I got an extra jacket here.
Oh, that'd be great, sir. Thank you.
And let me see, make sure everything's all right at your house there. There ain't nothing, bad going on.
No. I ain't how women are.
Well, I suppose. All right, here.
Thanks, sir.
How come you're covering your face?
Oh, I'm just trying to stay warm, sir.
Took everything I had, kind of left me high and dry.
All right, put that on, man, the right way. You want to come sit in my truck for a minute?
No, sir, it'll be fine. Thank you, sir.
Can I see your face? So I know who you are? You're on my property. I mean, are you all right, man?
Don't take no pictures of me, sir.
All right, well, I just want to know that you ain't trying to steal something, that's all.
No.
As Capper walked up, the man clutched what looked like a notebook, or maybe a folder with a woman's photo on it. He kept hiding his face, insisting he was only trying to stay warm. He calmly gave his name and personal details, and everything sounded believable. So Capper had no reason to doubt him. The truth surfaced much later. Every detail the man had shared was fake. Uneasy, Capper returned to his vehicle and called the sheriff, just in case.
The deputy's following me back because it was just easier that way, trying to describe where the guy was at, because we got a mile-long road here. And if this right here is one of the most dangerous times for a police officer, is making the first contact. Okay, that's one of the most dangerous times. So they're basically going to remove them from the property and go from there.
Go ahead. 1029 Illinois, last name.
Lied to me.
Common spelling.
Oh, his
Middle
name.
initial. Female, white, date of birth.
Clear and valid.
10, pour me back out.
Okay, so the sheriff has him. He's going to remove him from the property. I told him he can keep the jacket, hat, and gloves if he's, financially having hardships, and he was very appreciative. He gave the deputy 20 bucks and buy the guy a hot meal, and he's going to take him back into town.
They loaded the man into the police car and drove him back to town. On the way out, the sheriff admitted something that didn't sit right. It felt like the man was hiding something. That uneasy feeling didn't fade. By the time they left, the mystery had only grown darker. The next day, Capper returned to the property, convinced he had overlooked something. This time, he found it. A car sat abandoned beside the pond. In that instant, it became obvious this wasn't just a strange encounter. It was the surface of a much bigger story.
Okay, I just got home, and I have a trespasser on our property. It's a silver car parked on our pond dam. The sheriff's on the way. We just removed a trespasser yesterday. Don't know if it's related to him or what. Man, this just pisses me off. I'm tempted to strap one on and frickin' go out there and make contact, but I'll wait for the deputy. I just can't believe this stuff. 2 days in a row. Unreal. And we've been here 3 years. 3 years and not had one problem in 2 days in a row. Wouldn't be surprised if that car is smashed there from hitting trees on that pond dam, because it is very, very narrow on there. Those of you guys that follow the channel know that.
As police dug deeper, every part of the man's story fell apart. He said someone had dropped him off, yet he had driven there himself and left his car on the pond dam. Officers even asked if the vehicle was his, but he denied it without hesitation. The truth surfaced later when the tow truck driver said the man admitted driving into the countryside and parking there alone. He knew exactly what he'd done and he worked hard to bury it. It turned out that he wasn't married at all. He didn't even have a girlfriend. Capper then asked if he'd ever had trouble with police. He calmly said no, hiding something far worse. Not long before, he had burned down a relative's house and was linked to 3 arson attacks in total. Nobody ever testified because they were terrified of him, and that changed everything. Capper realized a dangerous man had wandered onto his land, leaving him with one chilling thought. What if he came back next time with a can of petrol? Even then, the system barely touched him. He was admitted for mental health treatment, yet the hospital could only hold him for 4 days, unless a warrant declared him a danger to himself or others. Once that limit expired, he walked free. But why lie about driving there? Why was he covered in dirt? And why were there drag marks across the snow when there was nothing around to drag? What if those tracks led to something far darker? Maybe he pulled a body from his car and buried it somewhere deep in those woods. Because one thing is sure, he had a dark past. That stranger tried to hide who he really was. The next one is even more disturbing because it revealed his intentions the moment he thought nobody was watching. At 2:30 in the afternoon, 24-year-old Vanessa Denias was waiting in the parking lot of the Edinburgh Business Center in Windsor. Nothing about the scene felt unusual. Her mother had gone inside for a sleep clinic appointment, leaving Vanessa alone in the back seat with her daughter. The Chevy Equinox sat unlocked, but the dash cam never stopped recording. Suddenly, Vanessa noticed a guy walking past the SUV. He glanced toward it once and kept going. For a moment, it looked like nothing. Seconds later, he suddenly turned around and came back.
So I was waiting for my mom to get out of an appointment, and me and my 2-year-old daughter were in the back seat. I seen a random guy walk past, and I thought he was pretty sketchy. And next thing you know, he turns around and he starts walking toward the vehicle, and he opened the front passenger door and went to sit inside. And the minute I screamed, he looked at me, shut the door, smiled, and took off in a black pickup.
With Vanessa sitting in the back seat, the man must have noticed the car wasn't locked. Seeing no one inside, he figured it was an easy target and reached in to see what he could take. It felt like someone who had done this before. Vanessa later uploaded the dashcam footage to Facebook, hoping someone would recognize his face and stop him before he targeted someone else. Within days, it had crossed 17,000 views. Soon, people in the comments claimed they knew exactly who he was. There's a good chance that Vanessa actually found his identity, but it's unknown what happened next or whether the police were ever involved. Still, one thing seems certain. By then, much of the town likely knew his face and exactly what he had done. There was no doubt what the man at the car wanted, but the next stranger's reason for entering private property was far less clear. North Country Off-Grid is about a family building their own homesteads from scratch while living a simpler, debt-free life in the countryside. It follows their journey of self-sufficiency, family life, and learning practical homesteading skills through multiple builds. It also shares how their Christian faith and relationship with Jesus have grown alongside their homesteading journey. But on September 30th, 2020, the channel uploaded a different kind of video. The video opens on a lonely property in rural Idaho, where a stranger suddenly appears on private land. The creator approaches him, only to learn he is a land surveyor. That answer should settle things, yet it only escalates the situation as the creator demands to know why no warning was given.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
What are you doing?
Surveying.
Well, you're in the middle of private property right now.
Which property is yours?
The one you're standing on right now.
This one or that one?
That one over there is the one you've probably been hired to survey, not this one.
Been hired by to survey his property.
Okay, you're not even close to the
Oh, I
property.
know. I've got to tie sectional monumentation to establish his property corner.
So why are you walking through mine?
I just walked up this property line to see if there was the center of section, which would be right there, and that's where
You're saying that's the center of this property?
Center of this section, mile by a mile by a mile by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
That's how everybody's property lines are established.
Yeah. So now where are you headed?
Back to my truck.
And how much of my property you plan on walking on?
I don't think I've walked on any of your property.
You're currently standing on my property.
If I go that way 10 feet, will I not be?
Listen, I don't give a fuck that you're 10 feet over the line. I'm just wondering how long you're going to be on my property.
Till I get to
That's
my
it.
truck and
Okay.
I drive a half
My
mile
dogs
that way.
come out here. I see a truck out here. I want to know who's on my property and what you're doing. Is that an issue?
No.
Okay. I don't have a fucking problem with it. Don't be a smart ass about 10 fucking feet.
I'm not being a
Okay?
smart ass.
Great. Go finish your fucking job and get out of here. That way I know who's on my property and now that you're fucking leaving.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Great. Go ahead. You got anyone else out here with you?
No. just
Fantastic. Have a good day.
me. You too, sir.
From the creator's view, no job title excuses entering private property unannounced. They insist landowners deserve notice first, even though they claim government agencies often ignore that expectation. But there was no phone call or warning, just an unfamiliar man moving through land that should have been empty. The creator wastes no time confronting him, demanding to know who he is, why he is there, and who gave him permission to step onto the property. He points to Idaho Title 54, Chapter 12, arguing that surveyors are still required to notify landowners before entering private property. In his view, failing to do so is not a harmless misunderstanding. It is criminal trespass. Later, the creator explains that this is not the first time strangers have appeared on his land. Past threats have taught him that appearances mean very little. A reflective safety vest does not prove someone's identity. A polite voice does not guarantee harmless intentions. The comments quickly split into two sides. Some said the creator was right to be cautious because criminals often disguise themselves as ordinary workers, while others believed the surveyor was simply doing his job and that the confrontation was unnecessary. What do you think about this encounter? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let's move on to this next disturbing encounter. On September 17th, 2024, creator Sarah Hart Holistic uploaded a video claiming she had been followed by a fish and wildlife officer during a trip to the beach. At first, it looked like an ordinary afternoon. She had simply gone there to relax with her dog, Kiefer. Nothing seemed out of place, but suddenly, at a distance, she noticed a man in a police outfit. According to Sarah, he had been following her since the parking lot. As she walked farther down the shoreline, he kept coming. Eventually, she reached the end of the beach with nowhere else to go, and then this happened.
I wanted to come see if you were fishing.
Okay.
I'm just doing my job.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that.
Fish and wildlife officer. My name's Aaron Archibald. Is that all you want for your video?
Yeah. Thank you.
So you're upset that I'm coming to talk to you?
I just don't like guys I don't know coming towards me in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure if you were fishing or what you were doing. So
I was trying to relax with my dog and you're coming over and ruining my vibe.
Well, I'm out here doing my job.
Okay, I appreciate that. Now, can you leave?
Yeah, I can leave.
Okay, perfect.
I need your name first.
Sarah Hart, H-A-R-T.
Okay, where are you from, Sarah?
Manitoba. Check out my license plate in the parking lot.
Okay.
See you later.
Thanks, Sarah.
Have a good one.
You gonna take that or do you want me to take it?
Why don't you take it?
Okay.
Because then you might think I did something weird.
Have a good day.
What makes the footage uncomfortable is not that anyone attacks her. It's the feeling of being slowly cornered. Every step she takes leaves fewer places to escape, while the officer continues closing the distance. She says she repeatedly asked him to stop and not come any closer. But the moment Sarah pulls out her phone and starts recording, the man becomes careful. He even introduces himself as Aaron Archibald and says he is simply doing his job. He asks whether she is fishing. Sarah insists she is only there to relax with her dog and feels that his behavior is unnecessary and intimidating. But what's important was that she was in her yoga attire, carrying a purse. How could a man like that think she was fishing there? Did he misunderstand? Or did he have any other intention? What do you think he was up to? That's all for today, folks. If you'd like to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.